Hi, in this video, I will talk about how you can set up playbooks on your local machine for dev testing and contributing to code. The Playbooks application has a web server, which is a React application. This server interacts with a Django API server via Nginx. The Django application further has Celery workers for scheduling asynchronous tasks. And then there is a persistence layer comprising of Postgres and the Redis cache. The local setup is divided into different phases. First comes the setup phase. In your setup phase, ensure that you have a running instance of Postgres and Redis on your local machine. Now, depending on the type of your machine on which you're trying to set up the Playbooks application, there are different installation guides on how to set up Postgres and Redis. You can achieve the same on Docker. In the Docker folder, we have a db docker compose file, which you can use to set up Postgres and Redis. You can confirm this by quickly going to your Docker desktop and seeing if both the instances have come up. Next comes the build phase. The build phase involves creating all the tables and the relations between the tables that will be used by the API server. You can achieve this by running the command as shown on the screen. You can see this will create all the tables and the relations which will be used by the API server. Once the build phase is completed, you can use a tool like Postico to confirm if you can see all the tables in your local DB setup. Now we are ready to get into the run phase and get started with our API server. You can use this command to start the server on your local machine, which will bring up the API server on port 8000. You can tweak the port as per your convenience or preference by giving it as a command line argument to this command. Once the API server is up and running, you can go to the web folder and use this command to bring up your React application. At the same time, inside the web folder, use this command to bring up the Nginx server as well. This will ensure the React application is able to connect with your Django application. Once both the servers are up and running, you can go to your browser and go to localhost. The application is up and running. You can try and create an account and then log in, and we are able to successfully log in. Now, how do you test whether your changes are working or not? Let's take an example. If I try to create a playbook and try to create a HTTP task, now the fields in these forms are powered by one of the backend APIs. Now, let's try and change something in that form. Suppose I remove the method field in the API task and save my changes. When you save your changes, Django will load your changes and restart the server. Now, if I refresh the application platform and try to create a API task, as you can see, the method field is gone. To bring it back, just undo the changes, save it, the server reloads, refresh the page, try to create the task, and you'll be able to see the method field is back. This is how you can do a local setup of playbooks, change the code, play around, and test how that code is panning out for you. You can further refer to these links to help you in your local setup. You can go to the contribution page, which gives you a link to a Notion doc explaining how the playbook architecture looks like, along with the local setup guide. Thank you.